We haven't seen these cats in a little bit. AKMU. If I remember right, this is a brother and sister duo. Is that right? Brother, sister. And they're a bit younger. Yes. Okay. This is Everest with Sam Kim. This is a couple years old. Everest. Oh, I missed that first line. Hold on. Snow. Huh.
새하얀 그곳 닿지 않는 길이 뻗은 곳 때때로 우린 듣게 되지.
What a great voice.
그곳을 정복했던 소식을 Oh Everest Oh Everest
Yeah, he's got that Jim and Cowboy shirt on.
Oh who climbs the mountain Oh Everest
Oh, it says better back there. That's interesting. Huh.
Oh Everest Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain
하늘하던 그곳 꿈을 꾸는 자들이 있는 곳 생사의 그곳
Huh.
가진 전설이 떠도는 곳
I like this.
때때로 우린 보게 되지 가능지
Oh.
못한 건 세상에 없던 증거를
Oh Everest Oh Everest
Oh who climbs the mountain
Oh Everest Oh Everest
Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain
Interesting.
Oh who climbs the mountain How so tall 끝이
I'm trying to figure out this scene.
있을까 No 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 How beautiful Nothing seems in the night How so tall You can reach the Everest Oh Everest Oh who climbs
Hold on. This guy with the guitar is not the brother, right? Is this Sam Kim? Because I thought the brother had dark hair and glasses. Am I remembering that right? That's Sam Kim. Okay. Is the brother like, isn't he like a producer or something? Like, I haven't seen him.
the mountain
Produces, that's right. Thank you, Madeline.
Everest
Oh, what?
Oh who climbs the mountain
Oh Everest
Nice.
Oh Everest
Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain
Huh.
Oh who climbs the mountain Oh who climbs the mountain
Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. That's so simple. It's so clean. Collaboration album. Man. Okay, I can't remember the other one that I watched besides Dinosaur. I just feel like AKMU is very clean, very simple, really beautiful, kind of natural sounding. Oh, I love that. I love her voice. And his voice is so clean. I do think there's a bit of a message here with the building. I'm going to see what your thoughts are. Better. All right, so they're about to show all these people, okay? Let me ask you this. So they're in this building, they're in this scene. Do you think that they just found a rundown building and said, hey, let's get some lights in here, let's use this spot? Or do you think it has meaning? If it has meaning, what do you think it is? Ooh, interesting, Thelma. It's a pretty popular filming location. Okay, thank you, Aaron. Okay, but then, so a couple of you have mentioned this. People have used this, but is that why they're using it? Or does it potentially serve another purpose? I ask because I personally think there might be a little bit of a subtextual message there. That's why I ask. The introduction of these people supports my theory, but something they could have done that they didn't does not support my theory. Here's what I think. You tell me what you think. With the lyrics and this rundown building, talk about Everest, talk about climbing, we see better written on the walls. It makes me wonder if it's more the message of how essentially run down and broken we feel, but that it can always get better. Like, you look at how wrecked this building is. Run down. But it can always get better. This can be fixed. Right? How many times in life we approach something that we think is our Everest? I'm never going to get past this. I'm never going to survive this. But we somehow manage to, time and time again, right? There's always just little things you can do. It might be a big job, but just one piece at a time. One piece at a time. That's my thought. I think it's interesting. And I think the fact that they introduced all these people at once, I feel like that might support my theory in the sense that it's not just a music video with the two of them. It's also representative of how so many people feel.
Oh, Everest. Oh, who climbs the mountain?
Oh, Everest. Oh, Everest.
Oh, who climbs the mountain?
You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's a stretch, but I feel like that makes sense. Oh, I like that. We all climb. It's better to go together. I like it. It's like how we climb our own mountains and realize when we look up that we aren't alone in our struggles or triumphs. Oh, Madeline, I love that. That's great. Yeah, we got some poets in chat. Huh. Lindsay, is your favorite song? Oh, I love this. Who climbs the mountain? Huh. But you notice, though, think about this. Let's take Everest as an example, okay? Everest is a beast. That's the understatement of the century, I know. You take Everest. You're climbing Everest. It's difficult, okay? But most of the time, you can look and see how beautiful it is. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like there's something there that, like life, right? I mean, it can be cold and it can be lonely. It can be scary. It feels like you're always working. You're always climbing. But sometimes if you stop and just kind of turn around for a second, you can see how beautiful it really is. And it's always a team effort. I love that, Sophia. Yeah, you need a team with you. That's good. Yep. I like that. Mm-hmm. Different stages, different levels. And, I'll tell you something. People always ask about my tattoos. You probably can't see. This is upside down. Let me see here. Can you see? So there's a bunch of flowers down here. This is a lake. It looks terrible on the camera. It looks like a giant potato. But this is a mountain, okay? This is actually, there we go. There's the trees and the rivers and all that stuff, the Lake Winnipesaukee. And then we have the White Mountains up in New England. The reason I got that tattooed on my body forever is not because I'm a fan of the White Mountains. It's because, one, I'm from New England and the White Mountains are pretty significant in New England. However, the main reason I got this is because I have always kind of viewed life as, in this kind of metaphor for the valley, the climb, you reach a plateau, and then there's other mountains around, right? So the way I see it is kind of like, okay, you're in the valley, you start to climb. It's a struggle sometimes, but at some point you reach a hill. You reach the top of that hill. Now you can set up camp, right? And stay there and be perfectly happy. And that's fine. Sometimes we say, oh man, I see that hill over there. I want to go over there. Okay. So you pack up and you start for that next peak. And on your way, like, you might meet people, you might pick up travelers that help you along, you might meet some space buttholes, but eventually you might reach that next peak, and then you set up camp. And then that's kind of your next stage of life. And sometimes camp gets washed away. Sometimes you're like, oh man, this is terrible. I got to get off of here. So you go back down the hill. You're like, oh man, my life's going back. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's very metaphorical, but that's kind of how I viewed things. So yeah, and there's a lot more to it, but you get the general gist. And yeah, I think that also if you spend your entire life on that one peak that's really, really far off, and all you do is just grind to get to that summit, you kind of miss the whole journey that life is. But sometimes you have to stop, take a breath, set up camp, and appreciate, one, where you are right now and what you have. And two, realize how far you've come. Because let's be honest, if you started in the bottom of the valley, right next to this little creek of water, and you went all the way around from peak to peak to peak to peak, and you landed right back in the exact same spot, it doesn't mean you haven't gone anywhere. You had a hell of an adventure. You're still there, but now you have all of this incredible knowledge to bring you further. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it. Yeah. And then you just try another direction. Man, that was a ramble. This Mike's Hard Lemonade is taking over. Oh man, that's good. Yeah, I'll be adding that to my playlist. I really like that. Anybody else adding that one to their playlist? Oh, I like that. At all who wander are not lost. That's right. And with that concept, it's you don't have to go from peak to peak to peak. You don't always have to be climbing. You could literally throw that backpack on and just walk around, just wander around. Love that. Yeah. Awesome.